Tarot with Viper. I have channeled messages from Spirit that I'm going to share. Last night I saw a pendulum swinging. It wasn't a crystal pendulum. It was one of the ones that go and I heard in a deep male voice, time for change. And then I heard fast running footsteps and a door slamming. The pendulum is a connection to the conscious mind with higher consciousness. That's how you can think of a crystal pendulum. But the time pendulum that I saw is a rhythmic motion seen as a way to access timeless subconscious. I also saw the scales balancing, union of opposites, spirits and matter. And I've been reading The Witch of Portobello, and it's been profound. So we're going to pull out a passage from the book and see what Spirit has to share from the book. But this union of spirit and matter, I feel that Spirit is really asking us to acknowledge how little any of this really matters in the mundane energy that we give to things. And how can we be more grateful? For example, if we're doing the dishes and we're thinking, oh my God, here I go again doing the dishes. Could we be grateful for the fact that we had food? Could we be grateful for the fact that there's children in the home and some people may never experience that? Can we shift the energy to acknowledging how beautiful this experience is in the mundane, but also letting go of all the notions that we put around it? So let's dive deeper. I feel very enlightened at the moment. So, and we're going to really research and understand the message that's coming through today. So it may be a longer reading. If this is not your jam, then go find another tarot reader. This is what's happening for me today, and I feel really called. Okay, let's get our inner temple oracle. What's the situation? We got so many, so I'm gonna just ask for one spirit. What's the situation for whoever needs to hear this, whoever's willing to hear it? Plenty and scarcity. And I've got goosebumps. That's exactly what I was saying about mundane tasks. Scarcity, oh, I have to do this and blah, blah, blah. It's so exhausting. And plenty. Wow, how lucky am I that I have food on my table? How lucky am I that I have children running around the home laughing? There's plenty to be grateful for here. What's your energy? Whoever I'm reading for today, what's their energy? Destiny life and faded line. And you know what? You see the door. You're going through that door to your destiny. And you're going quickly. Those footsteps, they weren't like shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It was like boom, 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 boom. It was so loud and it almost scared me a little bit. But there is always a little bit of fear when we're making a huge shift in our life, right? So the doorway is here for us. I want to read a little bit about the destiny line. And this is what I mean by we're going to go deep. I really want to understand deeply. And I feel this energy like vibrating through my soul. 114. Now you might have been seeing 1111s lately. This feels like an awakening almost. I just saw 111 on my book. It really stood out. The soul path, the dream of your soul, trusting in the call within, life purpose, courage will be rewarded, listening to yourself, daring and passionate, what's true for you. The destiny life is the life that the soul dreams of. It requires listening to and trusting the wild and daring call within. It takes great courage to live the destiny life, for it requires that you trust yourself above all else. It requires you truly live with courage, and with courage will come reward and fulfillment. The destiny life is the one that you live when you choose to live consciously, to trust and follow the voice within rather than heed the noise and influence outside of you. Do you choose the fated life or the destiny life? So this is in your energy, destiny. And I read in this book, The Witch of Portobello, she said, or she was seeking spiritual guidance, and the teacher said that faith is will. And that was so profound to me, because I think sometimes we place faith outside of ourselves. Like, okay, I have faith that that's going to happen. But what happened if we willed that faith, that destiny? Okay. I hope you're getting the vibe for it today, because it's like, it's happening like this. We're going to do it. It's time for change. Can you tell us about the situation? We're going to get some clarifiers for the plenty. Harmony and illumination. And it says seek balance, and we have the scales there. And I do feel that that was that message of approaching the mundane, the 3D world, with this energy of harmony. And it will illuminate your path. Clarity brings understanding and confidence with illumination. This could be around the moon. I know that we are in the last quarter moon of Capricorn at the moment. So that's coming through with the plenty. Harmony, illumination. Can you tell me about your energy? Tell me about your energy with destiny. Awakening and creativity. That's what I was saying. This is an awakening to our destiny. And the destiny section of that book said, do you have the courage to walk your path? And whatever you're naturally very creative at, that is what Spirit is asking you to step forward and embrace. I just heard if you can hear people's words in your mind, then that's what you're supposed to do. So if you can channel. And often channeling comes after an awakening. I just felt guided to share. There's a guy on YouTube, Lee Harris. He does talk a lot about channeling your spirit team. So highly recommend checking him out if that's something you want to tap more into. Okay. Let's find, what's the obstacle here? Sorry, I've got lots of books everywhere because it feels like I need to know. What's the obstacle here? We're going to get the tarot at the end, so stick around. Like I said, this is going to be a longer reading. I can feel it in my bones. What's the obstacle here? I heard trusting. Sensuality. Finding joy in the everyday, like doing the damn dishes. Sensuality is the obstacle. It's not sexuality. That's different. Sensuality is finding joy in all the small things. Can we eat an apple and find the sensuality, the joy in it? All right. What's the outside energy challenging? Chamber of Innocence. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get out all these Inner Temple Oracle cards, and then we're going to clarify them with the crows, and then we'll get the tarot out. So can you please tell me about the outcome? Inner winter and inner summer. Sorry, I'm gonna have to adjust because I'm getting a lot of cards out here. Because we're going deep today, my friends. Outcome, inner winter. What's the supporting energy? With this Chamber of Innocence as the outside energy challenging you, I'm getting the sense of your inner child. The fear that was installed in you in childhood. And I feel that often. This sense of, I really want to do this, but oh gosh, the fear hits, right? But your energy is, this is your destiny. What's the supporting energy for whoever this message is for? The holiest temple, another like kind of doorway portal. So what I'm getting here with the Chamber of Innocence as the energy that's challenging you, this is the past. This is the present. This is what supports you. Let's get out the advice. Hesitation, didn't see the card. What's the advice here? How have you been collective? Please share in the comments. Chamber of Inspiration. Beautiful. What inspires you is your advice. Sorry, I've got to really reorganize my whole thing here. Simplicity on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so what I see in these cards is this overarching theme of portals and doorways. Each of these cards has this kind of energy, right? Past, the past, doorway to the past, doorway to the present, doorway. So your situation is plenty. And if you're not feeling that, that's why this reading is coming through. Spirit is trying to guide you to see the plenty in your life. And also how really all of this really does not matter. I don't know if you've ever had an ego death, but think about that feeling of realizing that we are just a piece of sand in this vast universe, and how really none of this matters. What matters is how we move, and can we find joy in the everyday. So what is the obstacle here with sensuality? You're having an awakening. We got too many, so I heard take the top one. Magic. Magic with sensuality is the obstacle. I just heard the Magician. As above, so below. Chamber of Innocence. That inner child, so below. What is outside energy challenging with Chamber of Innocence? Renewal and freedom. Look at the movement in these cards. Moving. Movement. This is the outside energy challenging you. Embrace freedom as the ability to make choices that align with your values and aspirations. With this Chamber of Innocence and renewal, it's almost like, again, holding on to that thread from the past, right? Holding on so tightly that nothing can be renewed, that we're trapped in the past memories of that inner child that is aching. if we can let go of that or heal her, him, whatever your gender be, there will be freedom. And I often hug my inner child. When anything's going wrong, I visualize her, I bring her forward, and I hug her. And the first time I met her, I did not do that. I did probably the worst thing, because that's how I felt about her. And so doing that inner child work, if you haven't done it before, you can YouTube it, inner child work. There's exercises that will help teach you on how to connect with your inner child. I also tell her all the time that I've got this. And I do visualize techniques with her. So sometimes I'll visualize her holding all these red balloons, and each red balloon represents a feeling: fear, abandonment, not good enough. And I tell her she can let it go, and I visualize these balloons floating up and away from her. And I do it often still, because we all need to be reminded, and so does your inner child. Okay. What's the outcome with inner winter? I'm curious about this inner winter. Transformation. This is an awakening. You're transforming. The inner child work needs to happen, but you're going to do it. I see it. And you're going to transform your reality. And I think with the inner winter card, right? In winter, we spend time inside. And so I think that's really what Spirit's trying to guide us to with this outcome, is go inside. Go inside to spend time with that inner child. That requires a renewal of that relationship. It will provide freedom, and the outcome will be transformation. So with the holiest temple, what's the supporting energy? Patience. Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, I just still do this exercise with my inner child all the time. It requires patience, and with this patience, I always get this energy of death with the skull, and the outcome being transformation with inner winter, right? This is that energy of letting it die. Whatever notion that's kept you stuck from being able to feel free and renewed, it's time to let it die and have the patience to anchor this new vibration into this reality. That's the hardest part about awakening. You awaken, you have this beautiful experience, and then the mundane comes in and tests you. Sorry, I'm a little hungry. I don't know if you heard that. And what's the advice here? Truth and clarity, and I just heard will. Having faith is your will. Truth and clarity is your advice with the Chamber of Inspiration. What inspires you? You're going to have a clarity and truth around this. All right, let's get the tarot out. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I'm going to them upside down. What's the situation? Whoa. Preparation, expansion, 3 of Wands. Yeah, with plenty harmony and illumination. Yeah, you're expanding right now. That's your situation. Queen of Cups on the bottom. So again, deeply, intuitively connecting with that part of you that is dying to be illuminated. Okay, so what's your energy? What's your energy? Spirit, for the highest good of all. Page of Wands. I love this. Free spirit enthusiastic discovery. And I feel like that's coming out with destiny, life, awakening, and creativity. And the fire element here with the Page of Wands is creative. He's very creative. He's passionate. He's enthusiastic. And so you're going to make a discovery. This is in your energy. And maybe that's why, if you felt guided to click on this reading, maybe this message is the discovery. Highly recommend buying The Witch of Portobello. The book's been amazing. Keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every moment. Enjoy the mundane. Okay, what's the obstacle here? I also heard release the need to control. Obstacle, teamwork. I just heard working with your guides, and that's coming with magic and sensuality. Okay, you could be struggling to connect with your guides, or if you have never done that, then go watch Lee Harris. He will help. Reach out for help if you need it and when you need it. With this being the obstacle though, I do feel like there needs to be a level of discernment about who you're telling about this new beginning. Because sometimes teamwork, right? When you call someone up and you say, I'm gonna do this thing that inspires me, and then they project their fears onto you. Oh, but what happened if this went wrong? Teamwork. Protect that energy. Only share with people that you know are going to say you can do it. What's the outside energy challenging? There's Two of Swords, but it hesitated. And that's a stalemate. Hierophant, Temperance, and the Eight of Swords. Staying stuck in the past, right? With that Eight of Swords. This is coming out with renewal and the Chamber of Innocence. Freedom. Freeing yourself from those thoughts that say you can't do this. You're not good enough. No one will ever want you. Understanding and learning higher education. Traditions is what's challenging you. And I just want to say, F fucking traditions, honestly. I'm a heretic in human design, so I really don't like, I mean, I love traditions, but like, I like thinking outside the box. And I think that's, I'm saying this for a reason, right? How can you be a little bit more heretical in your approach to this? And transmutation. And with the obstacle being magic, right? As above, so below. Transmuting that inner child pain. That's the outside energy challenging you, but I know you can do this. Your supporting energy is that you're the holiest temple. It's just going to take a bit of time and patience and faith via your will. Okay, what is the supporting energy? Something good is trying to happen here for you. Transition, moving beyond a journey, research. And I do feel like I've spoken, like I've said, I really want to get to the bottom of this. I really want to research. I really want to understand. And that's the energy that's supporting this reading as well. Understanding more deeply. But it's not traditional thoughts. Like, oh, if I have money, then I'm going to be happy. No, no, no. Don't fall into that trap. Your supporting energy is making an exit, closing the door, walking towards that doorway, that destiny life that is waiting for you. But first, we might just need to go inwards and heal that inner child. And that is destiny in itself. This reading is making me a little emotional now. Okay, what's the outcome with inner winter and transformation? King of Cups as the outcome. Support yourself before you can support others. Yeah. That's coming through with inner winter and transformation. It's like we need to root this energy of transformation, that higher vibration, by going inwards. We need to help ourselves before we can come out and help others, help guide others. And maybe that's part of your destiny life, is that you're supposed to become a guide. I know it's one of mine. I just heard, and this is more about me, that I'm a big nerd. So maybe you're a big nerd. I am a nerd, especially around spirituality. Chamber of inspiration, clarity, and truth. Your advice. Look at what's being hidden. But also, and I don't usually get this, well, it says mystery here, right? Esoteric principles, hidden knowledge. That's what's coming through in this moon card. Truth, clarity around things that your subconscious has hidden. And we did have that message, right? Rhythmic motion is seen as a way to access timeless subconscious. Clarity, truth, chamber of inspiration with the moon. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.